Hey guys, I'm here. I'm sorry, I'm here. Thank you for waiting for me. Please stop your protesting and, the hate mail. Just a little late. Let me put my bag down and grab a drink and we will get started, okay?
Yeah, the outline with Kevin Dwayne. Kevin Dwayne. The outline. With Kevin Dwayne. The outline. With Kevin Dwayne. This is the outline with Kevin Dwayne. Kevin Dwayne. Kevin Dwayne. With Kevin Dwayne.
Yo, what's up? Interesting tidbit about my theme song. I've had quite a few people ask me if that's me, and no, it's not. That's actually my brother Victor. You've probably seen he and I in a picture together. We literally look like the same person, just different shades. And well, he has a far better body than I do because he's a personal trainer. But for a long time, Victor actually he was pursuing a rap career and stuff like that, and he actually has some pretty dope music. I don't know why he stopped. I guess because we're grown, and I guess he made a decision that he didn't want to do it anymore, but he had some pretty dope music. And I think that song was made for me back when I was on YouTube, probably 2011, I think. And I reached out to him and was like, "Hey, is it possible you can do an original theme song for my YouTube show?" And he was like, "I got you, bro." And so he made that for me. And when I did this podcast, I was like, "Oh, I already have a song to use for it." And it actually, I think it sounds better on the podcast than it was on the YouTube show. And I like it, and it's one of those things because it was something that he did specifically for me, didn't charge me or anything like that. But that is my brother. He used to go by the name Vision. He still goes by Vision, but he's the Vision, the personal trainer now, and you can follow him as at VIZHUN. Yeah, but he's doing the whole personal training thing now. But that is him, not me. We do sound similar, but he has far more bass in his voice than I do for obvious reasons. And yeah, but that's him. So on Sunday, I went to brunch with a new friend of mine, and I actually mean friend. Like, it's not like a dating situation. We went to brunch, and we went to Mimi's Cafe. They have this triple berry mimosa. That thing is so damn good. Oh, it's so good. So at $7.25 per glass, I was like, you know what? I'm going to need to learn how to make this at the house because I love mimosas, and champagne is nothing to buy. I love getting champagne. It's, it can get expensive, but a decent Corbel is what, like $12. So I was like, I can make this at the house. So of course I looked at the ingredients on the menu and I saw that it was just a berry puree mixed in the orange juice, and then you add the champagne. So I decided to make my own. So I went to Publix the very next day because I don't play about that. Like, I love making stuff from restaurants and trying things on my own. So I went to the Publix, and I got some blueberries, raspberries, and strawberries, and I added like some sugar. It was probably like a cup of sugar, and I blended it together with the orange juice, and it blended very, very well. And then I added it to the champagne. So I have been having this thing for a few days now, and that's what I'm currently drinking now. As I record this podcast, and that's why I'm sharing that random ass tidbit about a mimosa, because that's what I'm drinking right now, and it's very, very delicious. So I apologize for the podcast being late today. It's still Wednesday. And in my own pettiness, I'd like to say that I have given podcasts early on Tuesdays. So it's only fair that I can give it to you a little late on Wednesday. You know, it's just all about balancing all that shit out. But the truth of the matter is, I have been like really, really, really busy in a good way. I've picked up a lot of gigs in the last week or so, and it's been a great blessing, if you want to say that, or benefit to me. And I've just been going. And so the time that I normally record my podcast, I've been at gigs. Like I thought about doing it on Sunday, but I had a gig on Sunday. And then Monday was just really, really busy. And then Tuesday night, I had a gig again, and I didn't get home until midnight. And then when I woke up this morning, I had to go to a company meeting for my regular 9 to 5. So I was like, listen, I just have to push it back. And let me tell you, it didn't happen easily. And it's like, I try to convince myself that no one will care that much, but no, I got text messages. People were tagging me on Facebook and on Twitter like, nigga, did you forget? Like, it's Wednesday. Where's my podcast? You know I need this on my on my commute to work. And that made me happy to know that it is actually a part of people's day on Wednesday. So thank you so much for keeping me real and keeping me honest and making me do what I promised to do. But I wasn't going to forget you guys. I knew I had to come and do this podcast for you, and I wasn't going to forget you, but it was going to be late. I thought about tweeting it and putting it on Facebook that I was going to be late, but I just was like, nah. I'll just release a little late. It shouldn't be too bad. But, yeah, but I'm here now. I'm here. Please don't be too mad at me. I'm here. It's still Wednesday. But yeah, life has been just really, really busy. And I'm so grateful for it because, you know, we all can use extra cash, and I certainly am, you know, I'm feeling it, you know, and I'm embracing the busyness, and I have tons of photos to edit and get back to clients. But it's nice. It's a good period of time, but I have literally just been running with my head cut off. And to add to that, I'm going to actually have a vulnerable moment with you and share something that I haven't actually shared with people who haven't been like close to me, because I feel like when you share things and, you know, get them out in the open, they don't carry the same power as when you keep them to yourself. And it's not that serious, but it's still something very, it's something that has weighed on me in a sense. Just because it's something that I couldn't get changed immediately. And I'll explain this. So a few years ago, about 3 years ago, it was like 2013, I started kind of growing this mass on my forehead. And at first it felt like I was I honestly didn't notice. It was actually my ex who was like, "Did you hit your head? What's going on?" And at the time I did kind of like, you know, do shit in my sleep. So I was like, I probably did shit. I don't know. Maybe, you know, whatever. It'll heal. But it was like a small little tiny knot on my forehead. And so I didn't really pay it any mind. And I honestly kind of forgot about it until people were still like, "Hey, what happened to your forehead?" But still, I ignored it, you know, whatever. And it kind of got away from me over time. And I never thought to ask my doctor about it. So when I would go on physicals, it would just slip my mind. I think everyone just thought like, "Oh, he probably hit his head, whatever." And so in the last couple of years, it's gotten bigger. And it has become more noticeable. And I knew something was up when my manager at work was like, "Hey, dude, what's going on with your head?" And I was like, I really don't even know. It's just been, it's been there. But by that time, I think I had like a fear of what it was. So I, you know, being basic and not wanting to hear bad news, I was like, I'm not ready to even hear any bad news, so I'm not going to do it. So it wasn't until this year when I got back from my trip to LA, I was looking at my pictures and was like, damn, that thing is really there. And, you know, selfies became a little different. And then I started kind of noticing it more. And then a lot of people were starting to point it out. They were like, "Hey, what happened to your head? Hey, what's that on your head?" Some people I can tell were ignoring it. They didn't want to be rude and ask me. And I don't think it's necessarily rude, but like, you know, you don't want to just call out people's, blemishes and shit like that. So I get it. But some people out of concern is like, hey, what's going on with your head? And I still didn't have an idea. And then got to a point I was like, okay, Kevin, you need to go get this checked out. So I made an appointment just to get it checked out, just to know like what it was and just kind of ease my mind and see about getting it, removed or whatever, and just see what it was, just kind of ease my mind. So I went to my primary care physician, and she looked at it and she was just like, "Oh, okay. This happens. It's called a lipoma. And what it is it's like a fatty tumor. It's a benign tumor. I have to watch when I say that to people. When I say tumor, people freak the fuck out, and I don't want anyone to freak out. It's benign, which means it's not hurting me. I'm not at risk for anything. It's literally a fatty tissue on my head. And apparently it's genetic. As you know, I was raised by an uncle. Now I know my parents, and I think they're within reach. I can call them and ask. So I don't know if they have them or not. But she was definitely saying that they're typically genetic, and they just kind of grow out of nowhere, and it gets bigger. And she's like, it's gonna get bigger. It's gonna keep growing. But you'll have to get it removed. And I'm like, I was kind of disappointed when she told me. I was happy that it was benign. I was happy that it's not something that's like cancerous. It's not something that's going to actually hurt me or my immune system. Like, I'm good. But it has been kind of an eyesore for me. And you do get kind of uncomfortable with people constantly asking you about your face and constantly kind of staring at it. And it's kind of annoying, but I can't do anything about that because it's obviously there. And some people don't even notice it. I know you guys are going to go to my Instagram and start looking at all my selfies to see if you can notice it. That's fine. It's cool. But it's there. And I've kind of come to grips with it. And now that I know what it is, I've known for the last couple months what it is, that when people ask me, I just tell them, I'm like, hey, this is what it is, da da da. And they're just like, oh, okay, whatever. But here's the problem. Because it is a benign fatty tissue, I try not to say tumor, it's a tumor, but it's a benign fatty tissue, it's considered a cosmetic surgery to remove. So my insurance ain't really having it. They're like, well, listen, that's on you. We're sorry that you don't like how it looks, but we're not about to cover it because it's not really helping you. So they're not being the best with me right now to get it removed. And so that's why I've kind of let it rock. I do want to get it removed, and I've definitely taken steps to do so. So I've had like consultations, and they've kind of sucked so far. And I had one earlier today. I went to a dermatologist, and they typically remove them. But she was like, well, if it was like on your back or something, I'll remove it. But because it's on your face, I can't. She was like, I would really recommend you go to like an actual plastic surgeon. And I'm like, it sounds so weird having someone tell you to go to a plastic surgeon. I'm like, oh my God, what? Like, am I a Kardashian? The fuck? But she's like, yeah, you need to go to someone who actually specializes in, facial things, because, there's that. And then there's also this idea, she told me again, my primary physician told me already, like, listen, you're going to have a scar when they remove it. They'll probably cut into your hairline to get it, and maybe you can, grow hair over it. But you are going to trade that for a scar. And so the dermatologist said the same thing today. She's like, so you do know that there will be a scar, though? And I'm like, yes, I've come to grips that there will be a scar on my fucking face. But I would almost rather that than a lump, So it's just that. And I wasn't as upset today as I was frustrated because I feel like I'm just spending all this money for people to tell me they can't do it. And then I was just trying to figure out how much it was going to cost like in total. But now that I know I have to go to an actual plastic surgeon, I'm like getting super nervous because I'm like, how much is this shit going to cost? It's like I'm about to pay a lot of money just to go back to my normal face. Like, it doesn't make any sense, it's weird to me. And I don't know. It's one of those things like I don't know if I can afford it yet. I know it's going to be interesting. I was so close to starting to GoFundMe, but my pride would never let me do that. But that's where I'm at right now. So what it's teaching me ultimately is just, don't stress over things you can't change immediately. Like, this thing isn't killing me. I still have my health. I'm still doing good. So what? I have to take selfies from an angle, but at the same time, I know what it is. I can educate people on it. It is what it is. But I'll eventually get it removed and get it handled. But I think I'm just tired of jumping through all these loops and calling doctors. And I did get a list of plastic surgeons to check with and shit like that, just to figure it out. But it is what it is. I'm just gonna embrace it for a while, and that's why I'm talking about it right now in a public forum, because I don't want to have that much power in private. People see it, and I know that they don't want to say anything, and then there are some people who do say things, and then they feel bad because I have a look on my face. But it is what it is. It's a growth that's on my head. It's not gonna kill me. It's an eyesore. Whatever. Moving forward, So that's what I've been kind of trying to get handled, because I was really trying to get it removed by end of the year, but I don't think that's gonna happen because I don't even have anybody who's willing to do it yet, and I gotta talk to plastic surgeons and shit and see how much money they're trying to charge for it. But it is what it is, like, what the fuck can you do? So that's been kind of my main thing. I've been focused on that. I've been focused on my photography and focused on just maintaining a fun ass lifestyle and just living my life to the fullest and enjoying myself and being grateful and manifesting good ass friendships. And, that's all good. As far as like things going on in media, I've been a little disconnected because I'm finding myself kind of tired of everything that's going on. It's it's the same shit, you have the situation with just the police killings and them getting off and having mistrials and shit. Like, racism is alive and well, and it's just hard to continually watch this shit happen and be like, and feel helpless. It's the same shit every day, and to know that your life isn't valued because of the color of your skin, and then to have that double feeling to be gay as well. You're just like, damn, like, someone can literally take me out today and not serve time for it, and it be justified just because they don't like who I am as a person. And that just, it fucks with you. So I've kind of disconnected from it. I still care, but I just have to kind of remove myself from the constant tragedy porn that's happening online. But it is what it is. I did see the Grammy nominations. With Grammys, Oscars, Golden Globes, all that shit, I'm always perplexed every year, because part of me says, why the fuck do we still care about these awards when they really don't honor us the way we should be honored? But on the flip side, when you see your favorite artist getting 9 fucking nominations and leading and killing the game, you're like, damn, this ain't too bad. At least some of them are getting the accolades that they deserve, Like, I'm super proud of Beyonce. I mean, she has a million fucking Grammys already, but it's just so dope because she's just grown so much, and that's my girl. Like, I love her. I mean, I'm happy for Rihanna. I'm happy for Adele. I'm happy for Kanye. I'm happy for Drake. Chance the Rapper, Anderson .Paak, Solange. I'm still upset about Solange, though, because she got nominated for 1 Grammy. And here's the thing. A Seat at the Table is deserving of more. She's deserving of a lot more nominations. That album is phenomenal, and I just hate that politics and just the bullshit allows great music to be looked over. And it sucks. Honestly, I like A Seat at the Table more than I like Lemonade. And I love Lemonade. Lemonade is dope. But I think A Seat at the Table is stronger because it just took it to a whole nother level. And I just feel like it's deserving of more, among other albums, But it's the same shit every year. We go through this every single year with the Grammys. And it is what it is. I'm of course gonna watch because I have to see Beyonce perform and slay the shit. But I don't know if it's just me, but I always think in general, Grammys are boring as fuck, and so are the performances. I feel like performances on Grammys are always watered down. They never seem like Beyonce's not going to be super ratchet on the Grammys. She did perform Drunk in Love I think the last time she was on there. And that was cool, but it was still very tame compared to what she would do on MTV, because it is very much a conservative show in the sense. And when I say conservative, I mean white as fuck. But performances tend to be boring, so I wouldn't be surprised if she got up there and did fucking sandcastles or some shit. But typically, when they perform the song of the year. I've noticed, so it would probably be Formation, but I don't know how Formation would work on the Grammy stage. At the same time, Beyonce does what the fuck she wants to do, so there's that. But in general, Grammy performances tend to be a little bit on the boring side just because they're just tame. Like, I can't think of the last performance that I really, really enjoyed on the Grammys. Well, no. 13 years ago, when Beyonce was on there, where she had her debut, when she performed with Prince, and then when she did Dangerously in Love. That was beautiful. It was very fucking tame. She stood there with the portrait of people behind her, the dancers pretending to be, mannequin challenge and shit. But it was tame, but vocally, she slayed the fuck out of that. That was great. And I think Rihanna performed one year. I think she did We Found Love. And that was actually kind of cute. So it's hit or miss. It's ultimately hit or miss. I mean, I typically don't enjoy Grammy performances, though. They tend to be on the boring side. I mean, that show in general tends to be boring. I think we just get excited because it's like the top honor in music, but whatever. But that it's pretty much all I've been looking at as far as like pop culture shit. I haven't really kept up with anything else. I did watch the Mariah's World show. I love it. It was everything I expected it to be. Mariah being Mariah. It's exactly what I thought it would be. Her being super extra, using funny ass fucking words all the goddamn time. And yeah, I look forward to the other 7 shows. And here's to another season of television and things to hold us over while we wait for Insecure to come back, because listen, I'm needing it. It's just that show needs to come on just year fucking round. But that is all on pop culture. As far as a main topic, I don't really have one, but I will say I've been thinking a lot about what I want to do in the next year. Personally, while I'm not a big fan of ageism and the idea of people behaving a certain way because of their age, I'm still very much into the idea that there are some things that you can work on as you get older, as you evolve, as a person. And for some reason, the theme of self-control keeps popping up for me. I really want to work on my self-control and my patience, and I just want to be on some what I deem grown man shit. I do feel like as a child, you give in to certain temptations and you do certain things that are against the greater good. I think I want to be a person of greater integrity, and it's more for myself than anything else. I want to make more decisions based on logic and self-care and things, rather than to just giving in because it makes me feel good. And what that means is, the days that I don't work out, or the time that I go without, eating healthy, and I just want to work on my self-governance. I want to be able to just make hard decisions instead of going with how I feel. That's something that self-control has been the overlooming theme. I also want to adjust my way of thinking when it comes to things that I oppose. When I think about everything that's going on right now, like all day long, if you notice on social media, in life, we're debating shit all goddamn day. All damn day. It's male versus woman, it's gay versus straight, black versus white, Political party versus political party. There's so many things that we're battling. Brandy versus Monica, Beyonce versus everybody. Like, we're constantly debating shit. Android versus iPhone. Like, there's just shit all goddamn day. And what I am kind of coming to terms with is this shit doesn't fucking matter. It doesn't. Because listen, if you decide what you want to do with your life, and you are comfortable with what you do in your life, it's no one's fucking business. You don't need validation from an outside source. You don't need any of that. You just need to say, listen, this is what I do. This is my truth. And I don't need you to validate it. Why are we even discussing what the fuck I'm doing with my life? Why are we doing this? And I've thought about that because there's been, like, the other day I saw a topic, the topic of monogamy comes up so goddamn much with the people. But there was a thread and a guy was just asking, like, hey, what are your thoughts on monogamy? Do you think it's natural? Do you think it's a choice? Is it hardwired? Blah, blah, blah. And of course, people begin to project all of their hurt and pain onto the post instead of just answering the motherfucking question. There were a lot of condescending posts, and one thing I can't understand are people who are condescending. I just don't get condescension. I don't get it. I don't understand, like, why do you feel like you have to talk about somebody who opposes you instead of attacking the actual issue? Oh, I'm sorry, you're so lowly that you can't think like me. I'm so sorry that you haven't, shut the fuck up. Like, people don't have to align with you ever. Either they do or you don't. For example, when I give my opinion, if you agree, you fucking agree. If you disagree, you fucking disagree. But guess what? I said what the fuck I said. And that's that. You ain't about to change shit around this way. You may adjust my perspective, but you ain't about to change shit, and you're not about to bully me by calling me names or trying to use fucking false fucking fallacies and shit on me. Like, it's not gonna work. And people try it all the time. Why are we so uncomfortable with people living different lives than us? Why do we get so hurt when people don't agree with us? It's not that fucking serious. Just do what you want to do and let that be that. I saw a post another day. Someone on Instagram was posting about, her astrological sign. She happened to be a Pisces just like me. And then someone commented under it like, don't tell me you believe in this shit. And I was just like, shut the fuck up. Like, yes, obviously she does believe in it because she posted it. I don't understand, like, why you feel you can go on someone's platform and be like, why do you believe this? Bitch, why don't you? And I try to respect everybody's stances on shit. And if you know anything about me, I'm really big on astrology. So I could be projecting right fucking now. But I'm really big on astrology. I totally believe in it. It has helped me manifest great friendships. It's helped me with, like, myself. It's my thing. I enjoy it. So what I don't do is have people try to come and tell me that I'm a fool for believing it, especially if they're Christian, because I don't play that shit. So it's okay for you to believe in white Jesus, but it's not okay for me to believe in fucking traits from sun signs, especially when your religion came from astrology. Get the fuck out of here. Like, fuck that. Why can't we just believe what we want to believe and let people believe what they want to believe? We don't have to be aligned in our beliefs. We just don't. If you feel you need that in your family or your relationship, cool. That's perfectly fucking fine. But stop trying to make people or bully people into thinking how you think, because listen, we're not made that way. None of us were created to think the same. If we all think the same, we wouldn't be having any of the issues that we're having now in the world at all. It's because we're so divided on our thoughts, and because we're individual, and because we have different viewpoints and different experiences and different perspectives. And that's totally fucking fine. But stop trying to bully people into believing what the fuck you believe. It's not gonna work. It works for some because peer pressure's a motherfucker, and a lot of people want to just be accepted, and they want, they want that, they want to feel like they're a part of something. I'm not one of the motherfucking people. Like, I was talking to a friend of mine, hey Raven, and we were just discussing the sheep mentality, the idea that, the world operates off of groupthink. We love groupthink. We love to have common ideas about things, and we want everyone to believe it. So you have a bunch of sheep following a shepherd. And then as soon as a person decides that they don't want to be a sheep, they want to be a pony, or they are a pony, the sheep get really threatened by that. And that's when the bullying happens and they try to outcast them. Sometimes they get killed. A lot of really worst case scenarios can happen when, you know, you go against the grain. People hate when you go against the grain. One, because they probably resent you for having the courage that they didn't have to go against the grain. Two, they're probably not having any kind of fun, you know, going with the flow, and they see you having fun and they hate it. Or they just a hating ass bitch. I don't know. It's just they don't like you to go against the grain. It threatens everything they believe in, and it sucks. And I've experienced that in so many different ways. I experienced it first by being gay and then being in a community of a bunch of white Christians. That was my first experience. My second experience is when I kind of left religion alone. You know, what the fuck? How can you not believe in Jesus? Like, what is wrong with you? You're going to go to hell. Well, tough shit. I don't believe in hell. So there goes that fear. Like, you know, there's that. And then my thoughts on monogamy versus polygamy. That challenges people in their fairy tales and shit like that. Like, they hate that shit. That's fine. I'm not saying you can't live your life the way you want to. Do it. Believe what you want to believe. But this is what I choose for my life. This is what I want to do. Sexuality aside, I did not choose my sexuality. We're not going to play that game. But I mean, as far as like other ideals and shit, this is what I want to do. If you believe there's a hell that I'm going to, okay, that's fine. That's fine for you to believe that. I don't believe that shit. So I'm going to keep living my life the way that I want to fucking live my life. And there's nothing you can fucking do about it. And you need to be okay with that. Live yours. Do whatever you're going to do. Pray, whatever. But I'm going to be over here meditating, watching Super Soul Sunday, and having my own personal experience with my source of choice. The universe. That's my choice. So respect me and I'll respect you. That is all I am asking. So I honestly want to move into 2017 with the idea that, listen, debating, criticizing, or even stressing over people criticizing me, it's just not worth it. At the end of the day, I still dwell in my own space. I still pay my bills. I'm still breathing. I'm still healthy. I'm still living the best life I can right now until it gets even better. I still have great friends. So what am I really losing by someone not agreeing with my existence? What am I actually losing? And the answer is not a motherfucking thing. I lose nothing. And so that's what I want to move into next year, or just immediately. I literally just want to move into that. I encourage you too. You, the listener. You don't need validation from anybody, just yourself. If you're comfortable with the life that you live, that's all that matters. That is all that matters. You don't need anyone to tell you how you should live. Like, fuck groupthink, fuck acceptance, and all that shit. Because guess what? There's somebody else out there who is aligned to however you think. You're not the first one. Nothing is new under the sun. So don't stress over trying to fit your square ass into their circle boxes. Fuck that. Stop it. Stop it. You don't need any validation except the one of yourself and your God. How about that? You know, whatever you believe in, that's all you need. People feel way too entitled to other people's lives. They feel like they have to validate them. Another example, I was having a conversation a few weeks ago. We were talking about Monique and her husband, Sydney. You know, they're in an open relationship. And this person was like trying to make it seem as if their relationship isn't real. And I'm like, how the fuck can you say that? They've been together for 13 years. That sounds pretty goddamn real to me. They've been friends their entire lives. Now, because they, as a couple, decided that they want to have an open relationship and open communication, you have a problem with that. Your single ass has a problem with them being in a long-term relationship and deciding that they want to have open communication and fuck other people from time to time. I don't get that. It's not up to you to tell them that their relationship is real. It's just not. Stop fucking projecting. If you want monogamy, go find fucking monogamy. The odds are against you, boo, but go find it. Go find it. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with feeling that way. If you want the fairy tale, go find the fucking fairy tale. If you want the forever commitment, go find the fucking forever commitment. I'm sure there's someone who is aligned just like you are, but you do not have the right or the entitlement to look at somebody else's situation and tell them what they're doing isn't real. Because guess what? What they're doing is none of your goddamn business. It's just not. It's none of your business. And whether you support it or not, they're still married and in their fucking relationship. Your opinion aside. And I think more and more of us need to realize this. We spend too much time discussing other people's lives and what the fuck they're doing. And that's just draining. It's super goddamn draining. And I'm just tapping out. I just want to live my best life. And that's it. I just want to chill out. And yeah. With that said, thank you for listening. Thank you so much. You guys know where to find me. Stitcher, Google Play Music, iTunes, SoundCloud, KevinDwayne.com. Please make sure you are rating it on iTunes and leaving your comments and sharing it with your friends. Please share on your Facebook page, or Twitter page, or Instagram page. Tag me. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, email me at theoutlinetopics@gmail.com. And I will talk to you guys next week. Love you so much. Thank you so much for your patience. And yeah, have a great week. Peace out.